Okay, folks, welcome to another update on Left 4 Dead 3 slash No One Lives. Um, I'm going to go ahead and fire it up. This is the first time I've fired this project build up. I really want to just demonstrate the maps today and how mapping is going. Just give it a second to warm up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the video settings. The reason I'm setting it all to low is simply because I'm streaming or recording video at the same time. Okay, quick uh, run through. You can adjust your video, audio, everything else. Your input, you can. I'm going to add some more input adjustments. The You can customize your character. Right now there's 23 characters in there to choose from. A lot of them are the same character but different outfits. This is going to become refined as we add in the Steam Workshop, because people are going to be able to sell content that you'll be able to apply to your character based on a config system. So that's all going to get tweaked, modified, and expanded on. Uh, I want to allow modders to actually sell content for a reasonable price. There will be nothing on there that is priced beyond um, $5, but it'll give modders a motivation to make really good mods and really good stuff. That said, let me go ahead and pick a character. Alright, you can also add hats and shoot them off. And anyway, so I'm really just focusing on the Left 4 Dead style play, and these game modes will end up being changed. This UI will probably end up being changed, refined, made better. So we'll go ahead and just start right here. For those of you who have played Left 4 Dead 2 in the past, or any of the Left 4 Dead, you will see many things in the game that are really reminiscent of Left 4 Dead. Um, you also notice that I'm using actual old Left 4 Dead 2 maps as template design ideas. I've actually dropped them into the game temporarily so that I could use them as examples. Now you'll notice I'm getting some frame lag. The game has not been optimized yet, uh, but that is fine. It's going to work out. I just need to optimize everything, get all the textures straight and everything. Anyway, you can see the an example of a scope, and it does zoom. I wanted a more realistic looking scope. Okay, so you can see some of the items that are already interactable that do work in the game. Adrenaline shots, pills, med kits, some of the melee, crossbows. I think that one has like an exploding tip. Uh, so, anyway, let me go ahead and run through the video real quick. As you can see, OBS is giving me some frame rate issues. Alright, so let's just try and get through the map since it wants to lag out right this second. And that's really what I'm just trying to show you guys is some of the map features. If you guys want to check the other videos, you'll see that I've added the killing floor trader or lock picking. There's a bunch of features that are going to change the dynamic of the game. Safe room doors, for example, will only open up if you kill all opposing players. As I optimize the maps and the textures and everything else, the game will get much smoother. And as you noticed, I turned the graphics down to minimum, so you can expect that the graphics will be much more enhanced. You'll see that I've added some physics assets, concrete, water, shell casings are flying off the weapons. I still have to do a little bit of modifying to the animation stuff. Here's an example of the lock picking system. You'll also notice that there's money on the screen. You get $50 for each kill, and you can loot in game, and you just see, so you can find money and or kill, and then you can go shopping at the traders. Which you'll have to find in the map. And this is an example of some of the melee weapons that are already in the game working. Let's go ahead and get to the next map. Oh, car alarms, exploding barrels, landmines, exploding cars, hand grenades, smoke grenades, flashbangs. You also notice that the safe room door opened on its own. It will not open unless the players have killed all of the opposing players. Anyway, this is an example of more of the actual mapping and the level of quality that I'm trying to attain on all the maps. I haven't finished the start part, but I did want you guys to get a good view of how this is going. The escalators do work. You also notice things like really cool things like the cockroach particles. There are movable objects in here. Not only that, but you can pick a lot of them up and carry them around. A lot of the objects are dynamic. Of course, that does hell of a payload issue. See my cockroaches. I'm pretty proud of my cockroaches. So, just so you guys can get an idea of the level of detail that is going into the game itself. You got to remember, up till now, I've been pretty much doing most of this myself. So I'm having to work with a lot of purchased content. So you guys can get an example of what is taking place here. Just gonna kind of give you a brief run through on it. If you want it, you can buy it and enjoy it. And there are going to be tons and tons of updates as I release the game and into the game itself, because things like mapping, custom mapping, they're going to be able to submit custom maps directly to us, and if they're good enough, we'll actually, we may touch them up or whatever and then put them into the game as permanent features. And I haven't finished this map, but it will level change right here. And these loading screens are, of course, just placeholders. I'm going to change that out with something more appropriate as we get further into this. I kind of put all this together so we could work out the bugs on the distance scoring system and match-in map voting. That's already in process. There's a few things, a few bugs that need to be worked out. You'll see them here as we go. Right now there are a few shock factors in here, like example, the melee dildo, uh, which um, may or may not come out depending on whether or not we go with uh, Left 4 Dead as the name and whatever they want. Storyline for this is you are heading back to No Mercy, but you're coming from to Mercy Hospital. This is called Mercy's End, uh, because I may or may not want to blow up the hospital. Um, Spoiler alert there. Um, Delayed. Anyway, so as you can see, there is an epic level of quality going on in a lot of the maps. Um, this one I need to still fix this. I gotta add a few things, get my fish back working and stuff. Oh, there's a monastery. And if you want to see what's in your inventory, you've got to look at your character. I thought that was a little more realistic than the way that Left 4 Dead did it. Need to fix that E, otherwise I can't pick that stuff up. Alright, anyway, a couple little coding glitches I see there. All of this is going to look new when I'm done. In fact, all of it will be new, but this is temporary so that I could use it as an example of Mercy Hospital. And I've got the elevator accelerated right now, so it's real fast. And the doors aren't closing because I wanted to see where it landed. Not real sure what that jumping is about. That's probably a frame rate issue. I don't know. Have to look at that. Okay, and you're heading to the roof. We'll just go ahead and bypass all this stuff. As you can see, distance scoring carries over, the money carries over. All that's working. These modes of play are going to play really, real close to what Left 4 Dead 2 plays like. Um, you can hear water steps, but that's because I chose the wrong texture. Alright, so the helicopter will fly around, but I'm going to go ahead and exit, restart the game, and get to Carnival. Just to show you guys that. The name for the map will probably change. I just want to rush through it real quick. There are some things built in behind the scenes, like stamina system, in which that is there on purpose to cut down on things like bunny hopping. And on some of these carnival maps, you'll see where I've already started rebuilding them. Like the sign, Hollow Point theme park. I've got a lot of these rides up in the air where I'm working on them. Water slide, new roller coasters. Things like this will probably turn into a house of horrors rather than a tunnel of love, though that's still up for debate. Go ahead and jump over right now. You guys get the gist. And I'm going to run through this map real quick just to show you guys what the match-in scoring system looks like. Or not the scoring system, but the match-in map voting. Right now I have it set to trigger right here. So, after 10 seconds, then it will fire the map voter, and this. Well, then you can go over and merge it. It's still bugged out though, so. But anyway, that concludes this video update of Left 4 Dead 3 / No One Lives. The name is still up in the air. Hope you guys enjoyed it, found it informative. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. Have a great day.